All right, welcome back to WMAC Now with your host Chuck Stevenson, coming at you with a fight review. We're going to Macau, China for a UFC Fight Night, Yan versus Figuerido. We're going to the prelims, the road to UFC Strawweight tournament final. Shi Ming coming in at 16-5, taking on Feng Xiaocan coming in at 10-2. Both ladies had to win 2 previous fights in the tournament to get to this point. I believe Feng Xiaocan had finished one of her opponents and then decision the other. Shi Ming came in, scored a decision against her first opponent and then a split decision against her second. So let's get into it. All right, so fight starts and the height difference was immediately noticeable. Feng Xiaocan coming in at like 5'7", Shi Ming coming in at 5'2". Huge difference in height and reach. Feng did a good job of controlling range with her punches. Now, Shi Ming got in some occasional kicks, but Feng landed harder. Definitely was landing the harder strikes overall, especially the punches. Shi Ming did catch a kick, and she turned it into a double leg against the fence and took Feng down off of it. And by the way, commentator Jack Slack was talking about it. The height difference was so big that when Shi Ming got the double leg and lifted, she lifted to her full height, and Feng's legs were like still on the ground, or at least one of her feet was still on the ground. It was kind of funny. Anyway, Shi Ming got Feng down, but Feng used a butterfly guard and effortlessly swept Shi Ming to reverse, and Feng was now on top in mount. Shi Ming gave up her back, but eventually worked her way back to her feet, and then both started landing some hard kicks in the final minute. Second round started, and Feng let loose a little bit more, continuing to keep the shorter Shi Ming on the outside. Shi Ming, she kept falling victim to Feng's counter punches. Like she'd throw a couple punches and tried to get on the inside, but Feng just had that superior distance control and would land some counter punches. Now, Shi Ming landed some good kicks, but it was largely Feng strikes that landed harder and more often. Now, commentary kept pointing out that Feng could have been more active, like she could have let her hands go more, but it seemed that she was content to just, counter and stay on the outside and, just counter whenever necessary. Now, Shi Ming did get to the clinch near the end, but nothing came of it. So that was the end of the second round. Now, third round, they start off exchanging. Each landed. I know, like, Shi Ming landed a nice 1-2, and Feng landed some strikes and a kick to the body. And then here's where the end started coming. Shi Ming started feinting. She was looking to change levels, like she was getting a level change ready, like she was going to take her down, which her team told her, like, hey, success is going to lie with a takedown in the third round. You're down 2. We got to get her down. We got to hunt for a finish. Shi Ming feinted down once. Like, she lowered herself once, twice, third time. And on the third time, Feng threw a couple of punches that missed. Shi Ming was low, and then boom! Right high kick lands flush at the base of Feng Xiaocan's skull. She drops hard like a stone. Shi Ming leaps on her, lands 2 or 3 punches from mount before the referee just grabs her and straight up alligator rolled Shi Ming off of her. That was it. Your winner, Shi Ming, via knockout due to a high kick. I forgot to write down the exact time, but it was less than a minute into the third round. So we have a KO of the year contender from the underdog, Shi Ming. I mean, Feng Xiaocan, she was ahead 2 rounds, but Shi Ming took it away with the perfectly set up and landed high kick. Now, a lot of attention is being paid to the knockout, But one thing I've noticed is that not nearly enough attention has been paid to how she set it up. It was the feints. It was the level changes. The level changes allowed Shi Ming to get Feng to lower her hands, let loose with her hands a little bit, and then when she was doing that, Shi Ming snuck that high kick right up there, landed it perfectly with perfect range, perfect execution. Everything about it was just perfectly set up and executed. And boy, oh boy, has this knockout gone viral. It is all over social media. I'll tell you what, this time last week, maybe a handful of people outside of China knew who Shi Ming was. I've known her who she is for years now, but maybe a handful of people knew who she was outside of China a week ago. And now she is like practically world famous. Absolutely viral. I'm really happy for her. She was the consistent underdog in this tournament. And I'll admit, I picked Feng Xiaocan just because the height difference, the aggression level between the two. Feng Xiaocan's very aggressive, or can be very aggressive. And Shi Ming has a bit of a problem sometimes getting aggressive like that. And she admits that. Like she says her team wants her, to do more. But she's proven everybody wrong in every fight. And I'm really happy for her. She is one of the nicest, sweetest people. And I'm really happy for her. Now, Feng Xiaocan, she still has potential. Because she looked good in this tournament right up until that third round. She looked good in that entire tournament. She was one of the early favorites to win it. She still has potential. Now, she's got a long road to go now to recovery and everything, because she took a blow that was just insane. I mean, she had to be stretchered out and everything. I think she didn't regain consciousness until she got to the hospital. So it's going to take some time for her to recover. But she still has potential. And she's tall. She's very tall for a strawweight. That's going to give her a lot of advantages. And it gave her advantages in this fight too. So, your road to UFC Strawweight winner. First time they did it in the 3 years that they did a ladies tournament. And your winner at Strawweight is Shi Ming. Congratulations, Shi Ming. So let's talk things to work on for Shi Ming. Let's start with the winner. She had a really hard time dealing with Feng's reach. And that's where working on footwork is going to come in. She needs to work on her footwork, work on cutting angles. You got to cut angles to get around your opponent's reach. For Feng Xiaocan, like the commentators kept saying, let go more. Let the hands go. There was definitely some opportunities where she could have really put the hurting on Shi Ming, and she didn't because she was just too content to counter. Now, for fights to make, well, for Feng Xiaocan, like I said, she needs a long layoff. Like, she needs to stay out of the gym for a few months. And then even then, once she gets back in the gym, like, no contact. Like, she just needs to, do shadow boxing and mitt work, stuff like that. She needs a slow rebuild. And then she can fight on, the regional scene. Or maybe even wait a year and get into the next road to UFC tournament. For Shi Ming, she needs to take on one of the smaller strawweights. Like, that's who the matchmakers need to put her in against. One of the smaller strawweights. Don't rush her right away. And slow build her. Because she's viral. Everyone's going to want to watch the next time she fights. So they need to take their time with her. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Congrats to Shi Ming, viral knockout of the year contender. Let me know your thoughts on the fight in the comments below. Hit that like button, and while you're at it, go and subscribe to WMMAC Now, the best, most complete women's mixed martial arts dedicated platform online. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.